Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Paola. I am a health and fitness coach for busy professional women. And today I'm going to walk you over what you need to do to make meal prepping the easiest thing you've ever done. If we have not met before, I'm going to go ahead and leave my socials down below. That way you guys can connect with me. If you want to, of course. So the first thing that we have to do is define what is meal prepping and why is that even important in your journey. Meal prepping is making sure that you're cooking all of your meals in one day, so that way throughout the week you don't have to be cooking as you go because you're busy. You have the kids, you have school, the university, then you have your husband, you have the house, you have your family, you have your friends, you have to run errands. And so it's really hard for you to truly, or for anybody, to take 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour of the day to make lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all of your snacks, right? So you want to make sure that you have that prepared in order for you or your coach to just make sure that you're tracking everything. That way, if you're not losing the weight or if you're not getting the results that you want, they can actually make those tweaks when it comes to your nutrition as far as what you're eating and how much you're eating. That way you can get to your goal, right? Now, as far as meal prepping, the first step that I will say that I think it's super important, and the first thing that I tell all of my clients to do, is you have to meal plan before you meal prep. And this is the number one reason as to why there's so many women out there feeling so stressed out when it comes to meal prepping. You guys feel like you need to wait until Sunday and then the first thing that you do is you say, I'm gonna go ahead and just cook everything that I have so that way I can have it for the weekend. And that is one of the most overwhelming things you can do when it comes to meal prepping, because you may not have a lot of things in your fridge. Maybe you didn't take the chicken out, maybe you didn't take the steak out, maybe you have to go ahead and go to freaking Publix and get stuff, right, that you don't have because you were not prepared, you didn't meal plan before meal prepping. So my first step is meal planning. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get a piece of paper or go to MyFitnessPal and add for that week what your day is going to look like as far as breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then all of your snacks. Now, as I said, you can write it down on paper or you can write it down on MyFitnessPal. I would highly recommend writing it down on paper if you are not really tracking your macros and your goal is to just eat healthy, meaning you're not really tracking your protein, carbs, and fats. You're just making sure that this year in 2025, you eat whole foods and you cook at home a lot more, etc., etc. So I would take on a sheet of paper, okay, this is what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you are tracking your macros, I would highly recommend going to MyFitnessPal and just making sure that you add your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for you to actually meet your macro requirements for that day. Then you can go ahead and do step number 2. Step number 2 is taking whatever you wrote down on your piece of paper or on MyFitnessPal and just multiplying it by 7. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and say, okay, in order for me to eat X, Y, and Z Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday, I need this amount of food, right? If you multiply that by 7 and you go ahead and write it down on another sheet of paper, or if you're doing it on MyFitnessPal, you can write it down on your notes if you want to. This step is crucial. One of the things that I do see happen a lot is we buy food on Friday or Saturday, let's say Sunday, just for the sake of the video, and then we have food all the way until Thursday. And so what happens is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you guys don't necessarily eat healthy because you ran out of the food that you were supposed to be eating, and now you're gonna go ahead and eat out, and then you use the weekend as an excuse to eat food out and just go to restaurants and kind of mess everything up and not really follow the plan. And so you just want to make sure that you take that, whatever you put for that day, multiply it by 7. That way you can actually have it for the rest of the week, meaning you're going to go, you're going to buy it, and then you're going to have enough food for the whole week. Number 3, you want to schedule your meal prepping on Google Calendar or your iPhone calendar or your phone calendar, whatever you have, right? Why? This ensures that you're actually going to follow it. We can have all the intentions in the world to meal prep, to go grocery shopping, to do all of these things. But if you do not put it on a calendar and if you do not have it like, okay, this is what I have to do, you're not going to follow it and you're not going to take the steps that you need to take in order for you to actually start eating healthier and losing the weight. And the best thing for this is that, at least for Google Calendar, and I also believe that your phone has it, get reminders sent. That way you're like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing the meal shopping or the grocery shopping today. Now, let's say you've bought all of your food, right? You went grocery shopping, you bought all of your food, you get home, and the fourth step is going to be seasoning all of your protein. So do not even put it in the fridge. I know that it's super easy to get carried and say, okay, well, I went grocery shopping. I'm just gonna go ahead and put everything in the fridge. And tomorrow or like the day before, the after, I'm just gonna go ahead and meal prep it, etc. You do not want to do that. I have been doing this for the last, oh my gosh, like I think 8 years of my life. You do not want to put it away. You want to get home after your grocery shopping and then you want to go ahead and put it on the counter and start seasoning and cutting all of your meals or the meat. You want to go ahead and season it with like your condiments, your veggies, all that good stuff. And then you want to go ahead and take that meat that's already seasoned and all the veggies and separate it into 7 days. That way you have one bag for every single day, if that makes any sense. I personally just use like Ziploc bags and I just put them in there. But if you want to go ahead and put them into like little containers, that's really up to you. You just want to make sure that you have a little bit of like chicken breast or steak or whatever you're eating for that week into like 7 portions. That way you can have them there and you do not miss one day. And then, of course, you want to go ahead and take one out so it can defrost for the next day. So if it's Sunday, I'm doing the meal prepping on Sunday, just seasoning everything on Sunday, I will take one bag and leave it outside or leave it in the fridge. That way on Monday, I have the food that I'm about to, cook before I start work, right? And then on Monday nights, I go ahead and take one bag out from the freezer and then I leave it out on the counter. That way it defrosts and I have it there for Tuesday. And so that's how I have how I have my meals every single day without me having to, season it every single day or like cutting the chicken or just any of that stuff. I don't want to do that anymore. Mind you, if you're actually tracking your calories, you want to make sure that you have the right amount of protein, the right amount of steak, chicken, whatever you're having, and just, putting it in the bag for you to have it every single day. If you're not really tracking, that's not necessary, but it's the same concept for both options, honestly. And then step number 5, it's going to be cook as much carbs as you possibly can. So I usually cook like my rice, my quinoa. I cook veggies if I have to go ahead and make a salad, or if I have to cook like the potatoes, anything like that. I go ahead and cook it on that day. That way I can have it there for the rest of the week. It doesn't really go as bad as like, chicken breast if you leave it in the fridge for too long. So it's like an easier thing to do for me. Now, if you do not care to eat reheated food every single day, that's okay too. You can just go ahead and make all of your meals on Sundays and then just put them in the microwave every single day, and that's no problem either. But I do know that there's a lot of women out there that don't like to eat like reheated, at least, protein like salmon or chicken breast or ground turkey. So that's like the thing you can do. Now, if you just want to go ahead and cook everything on Sunday, you're more than welcome to do so. This is mostly for the women that don't really want to eat reheated food every single day. But if you want to go ahead and get that out of the way on Sunday and just cook everything on Sunday, you're more than welcome to do so. But it's the same thing, honestly. If you have any questions as far as the video, go ahead and drop them in the comments section. And also make sure to join our free Facebook community. We have over 1,700 women are so freaking amazing, so freaking ready to crush it in 2025. So I'm gonna go ahead and link that down below. That way you can have it, and I hope to see you there. But for now, I'll see you on the next video.